50 Cent, known for his sharp wit and even sharper business acumen, had long been a rival of P. Diddy. Their feud was infamous, punctuated by lyrical battles and public jabs. But one night, an unexpected twist would alter the landscape of their rivalry forever. It was a chilly evening in November when 50 received a tip from a friend about an event happening at a trendy downtown club. Intrigued and ever the opportunist, he decided to check it out. The club was packed, the air thick with the scent of expensive cologne and the sound of thumping bass. As 50 mingled through the crowd, he couldn't shake a feeling that something unusual was about to happen. As the night progressed, he noticed a commotion near the VIP section. His curiosity piqued, he edged closer, weaving through a throng of partygoers. That's when he caught sight of P. Diddy, laughing and leaning intimately towards a man who, from 50's angle, appeared overly familiar. The vibe was electric, but there was something about their interaction that raised 50's eyebrows. He pulled out his phone and discreetly began recording, wanting to capture whatever drama might unfold. As he watched, Diddy's laughter echoed through the room, a sound that felt oddly out of place in the charged atmosphere. The two men leaned in closer, sharing whispers that made 50's gut churn with intrigue. When Diddy finally stood up, he was still grinning, completely unaware of 50's presence. In that moment, 50 Cent made a choice. He would use this to his advantage. He knew the world would want to hear this story, and he was ready to spin it in his signature style. The next day, 50 dropped a teaser on social media, hinting at a big revelation about P. Diddy. The internet exploded with speculation, memes, and gossip. Rumors swirled like wildfire, fueled by 50's cryptic posts and an ever-curious public. Days later, in an interview, 50 finally revealed the story. With a sly smile, he recounted the night at the club, hinting at what he had seen. The media ate it up, spinning tales that blurred the lines between truth and sensationalism. Diddy's camp was quick to respond, denying any wrongdoing, but the damage was done. The rivalry had escalated and the whispers would linger in the air like the smoke from a fading cigar. What had started as a night of curiosity turned into a pivotal moment in their ongoing saga. For 50 Cent, it was another chapter in his storied career. A reminder that sometimes the most unexpected moments could lead to the most explosive stories. And in the world of hip-hop, where image and reputation were everything, the game was far from over. A week after the initial reveal, 50 Cent hosted a launch party for his new album at an upscale venue in Brooklyn. The guest list read like a who's who of hip-hop royalty, but there was one noticeable absence: P. Diddy. The atmosphere buzzed with anticipation as 50 took to the stage, a mischievous glint in his eye. "Y'all know I keep it real," he declared, looking out over the crowd. But sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. He then recounted the night he caught Diddy, embellishing the details with humor and flair. The crowd roared with laughter, and 50 played up the moment, relishing the audience's reaction. Later that night, as the party raged on, 50 received a text from an unknown number. It was a simple message: "We need to talk." The sender's identity was concealed, but 50 recognized the tone. It was familiar, almost desperate. He shrugged it off, thinking it was just another fan trying to get his attention. But then he received a call. It was a mutual friend, someone he trusted. "You really need to talk to Diddy. He's not happy and it could get ugly." 50 chuckled to himself. Let it get ugly, this is business. But as the night wore on, he found himself more intrigued than he'd like to admit. Perhaps there was more to this than just rivalry. The following day, 50 decided to take the plunge. He agreed to meet Diddy at a discreet spot in Manhattan, a private lounge where the noise of the outside world couldn't penetrate. Diddy arrived first, his expression a mix of frustration and determination. "Curtis," he said, using 50's real name, "you really had to go there?" The tension in the room was palpable, a thick fog of unspoken words and past grievances. 50 leaned back in his chair, arms crossed. "You know how this game works, Puff. I just gave them what they wanted." Diddy let out a deep sigh, his bravado slipping slightly. "This isn't just a game to me. You're putting my life out there." 50 paused, studying Diddy's face. "Is it true then, what I saw?" For a moment Diddy was silent, the weight of the question hanging heavily in the air. "I'm not ashamed of who I am, But the world isn't ready for that. You know how they can twist things. 50's expression softened slightly. He realized that beneath the surface of their rivalry lay a shared understanding of the pressures of fame. I get it. But you also know this industry thrives on scandal. You could have turned it into something powerful. Diddy nodded, a flicker of respect passing between them. So what now? You gonna keep poking the bear? 50 smirked. Only if the bear keeps growling. They both chuckled, the tension easing. As the conversation shifted, they found common ground. Both men had faced their share of battles in the public eye. They discussed the state of hip-hop, the importance of authenticity, and the often harsh scrutiny that came with their success. By the end of the night, they reached a mutual understanding. The rivalry could continue, but it didn't have to be personal. They could still challenge each other, but with respect. Weeks passed, and while the tension lingered, the atmosphere shifted. Diddy released a new track that subtly addressed the situation, acknowledging the rumors while turning them into art. 50 responded in kind, crafting lyrics that celebrated their complicated relationship. In the end, what began as a rivalry fueled by rivalry transformed into a dynamic that enriched both their careers. The story that 50 had spun wasn't just gossip. It had opened a dialogue, forcing both men to confront their truths and find strength in vulnerability. And in a world where image was everything, they discovered that sometimes revealing who you really are was the most powerful move of all.